have you ever felt like you had to start from scratch with every client when you were freelancing or delivering an agency service? What if I told you that there was a way to provide great value, stay unique, and make your process easier? Well, today's video is a goldmine for people like you who work on their own on a business or freelancing. When this video is over, you'll learn how to get the most out of your time without sacrificing quality. If you're efficient, you'll have more time for yourself and maybe even more clients. And you'll find out how to make things your own while also following standards or SOPs. Yes, you can have the best of both worlds, a smooth process and an experience that is unique for each client. Imagine how happy your clients will be when they get a service that makes them feel like it was made just for them, while at the same time they get it super fast because you know how to standardize things and make great systems. I'll also show you how to implement a feedback loop so your business and all your systems get better over time. By using it, you not only meet client standards, but you go above and beyond them. Let's imagine the following. You work in a very busy restaurant as a chef. Every time a client comes in, they ask for a dish that has never been made before, and they have all these requirements and specifications. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? But also very time-consuming and very hard to plan for. Now, what would you do if you had a really good menu that you've perfected over time by making them over and over a long period of time that you could always fall back on? Customers would choose from that list. They get a tasty meal and you can serve more people in less time, and you could train your staff to deliver the meals better instead of figuring out every single meal from scratch every time a client comes in. In basic terms, standardized services are like a menu of services that you can always choose from. You don't have to start from scratch for each customer because you have a set of services that you offer. These are services that you have worked on and improved over time, making sure that you can provide them quickly and reliably and at a high profit margin, not to mention high quality. You might be thinking, but isn't freelancing all about customizing and meeting each client's unique needs? Standardized services don't mean that you only have one option for everyone. It means you're making your processes more efficient, cutting down on the number of variants, and laying a solid basis. You can still add the special touches that every client wants when it makes sense in terms of helping them achieve their ultimate result that they want in their business. Now think about what would happen if you had a set of services that you provided, which each job you'd improve your process, try to guess what problems might come up and come up with solutions. Over time, you would get really good at providing that service. Not only would the quality of your work go through the roof, but you'd also finish jobs faster and have less trouble along the way. But here's the best part. As you implement your processes and make them better over time, you'll also start to see trends. You'll find the best tools, services, and ways of doing things. This will further streamline your processes, and it creates a feedback loop inside of your business. And basically, it makes you more productive as a business owner or freelancer. For example, if you're a web developer and you always use the same platform to build e-commerce sites, you can buy premium tools or apps for that platform and use them in more than one project. And you get really used to using them, so it'll be trivial to implement a certain tool. But it's not just about how well things work. With practice, you get more confident. When you've done a project successfully more than once, you can confidently tell potential clients what it's worth. You'll have a list of similar projects in your portfolio, recommendations from happy clients, and a clear idea about the results that you can bring. This confidence can make all the difference when you're negotiating or setting rates. Now, let's say you're a content writer and you sell SEO optimized blog posts. Your service includes SEO optimization, keyword research, and basically the number of words you're going to write for the client. But what about what the actual content sounds like and what it says about you and your business? Because clients are supposed to actually read this content. It's not just for YouTube or for Google. So those can be changed a bit to fit the client's business, audience, and company voice. The key is to find the right balance between being quick and making things unique. By making the process or the steps you take from beginning to end the same, you can work faster and better. But by personalizing the final product, you can make sure that each client feels seen, heard, and appreciated. When you have a set process, it's easier to see when you can add your own touches. Because you don't have to start every job from scratch, you can pay attention to the small things that make a huge difference from clients. Basically, clients will appreciate your attention to detail because you have the mental bandwidth, you and your team will have the mental bandwidth to pay attention to the small details because you got good at the basics at following the process, basically. Remember that clients don't just hire freelancers for the end result. They also hire them for the experience experience of working with them. They want to hand money to someone and the problem just goes away. They want to feel like they're in good hands, that the person working with them helps them make the right decisions based on data and results. You're giving them the best of both worlds, and you offer regular services with room for customization. Now let's imagine you've released a new set of services. It's standardized and efficient, and you've even added some unique touches. After a few clients though, you start to see a trend. Maybe they're all looking for the same thing, or maybe they're all confused about the same part of the process. This is input. This is what feedback looks like. And it's very helpful for you to improve your business. Instead of seeing it as criticism and feeling offended and saying, oh, it's just a client's fault, we need new clients, you should see it as useful information. It gives you information about how you can make your service more in line with what your clients need. When you act on that feedback, you not only make the client's experience better, but you also make your own processes more efficient. You can even optimize your service to the end result the client gets from your service. Basically, you optimize for what the client actually wants, not just for delivering the service. That way, everyone wins because you're going to get really good case studies when the client sees that their business has grown from what you're doing for them. Here's some quick tips for making the most of feedback. Actively look for it. Don't sit around and wait for people to find you. Send a short survey or have a call to talk about the job that's done and ask them what they liked and what could be improved. Get data from their business and use it as proof for your service to prove basically that your service is effective, not just that you delivered the service. Another thing is feedback is not a one-time thing. You don't just ask the question one time. It goes around and around. Check in with clients to see if the changes you're making are working after a few months or maybe even after a year. When you work as a freelancer or agency owner, you have to be able to change quickly. The market changes, customer needs change, and new problems appear. By setting up a strong feedback process, you can make sure that your standard service stays useful and in demand and on top of the food chain in terms of, people want to do business with you rather than with anyone else. If you thought today's video was helpful, give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to get more videos like this. And check out the next video in the description for the next tutorial.